I'm muted. Yeah. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, everybody. How are y'all doing? God. So this is how we're going to start the live stream. Love that. Hello, hello. I'm going to open my drink. So we're going to start off with an ASMR moment. If ASMR is not your thing, just turn it down. I'm thirsty. I just got back from a birthday party for my son. So yeah. Rate it 1 through 10. Dear Lord. I feel like that was okay. Just okay. Anyways, what have y'all been up to? We have some things to discuss, but before we do, let's run the disclaimer real quick. Okay, all right. We have some things to talk about. In case you are brand new to my channel, my name is Erin Bees. I am a wife, a mom, a military veteran. I spent 13 and a half years in multi-level marketing, healed my way out, and now I'm using all of my social media platforms to educate and raise awareness around the dangers of multi-level marketing companies and the tactics used by their reps. We have some things to talk about. I'm sure you saw the thumbnail. I'm sure if you follow me on Instagram or TikTok, you've seen some of the things going on, which I find fascinating. You may also hear my son in the backyard right outside of this window doing his thing, whatever. So yeah. Where to even start this? Let's start with make sure you have liked the video and make sure that you are subscribed. And I appreciate y'all being here. Let me give you a little backstory of what we're gonna cover. And then we're gonna do like pick the next video that we watch. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 5 little clips that we're gonna talk about. And then we'll get into something else. And I thought it'd be fun to do like a live MLM fails, if you will. Okay. So I was sent some stories from the other day, not really sure when. And also make sure you have the chat set to live chat, not top chat. I am crossing my fingers that my voice holds up throughout this live. But I was sent these screen recordings the other day, and it was a Prove It rep from the team that I used to be a part of. And it seemed, in my opinion, she seemed upset about a video that I reacted to on TikTok from the beginning of the year, like the end of February. And she had some interesting things to say. And so I thought it would be interesting. And the reason that I'm saying interesting, because I don't want you guys, obviously, to go to this person's page or any of those things and hound her. I know you guys don't do that. But I think that it's important to talk about cognitive dissonance. I think it's important to talk about what I feel like could be going on. And again, just my opinion. And really to just debunk what she's saying. So if you guys don't follow me on TikTok, you should. I have been somewhat consistent with posting over there. And yeah. So what I want to start this with is as DC says, don't touch the poop. Do not touch the poop. Okay. Also, we're talking about poop. Oh, hold on. I got to get my sound effects ready. What in the world? Got to get the sound effects ready. Okay. We're good. All right. So I want to start with the video that I reacted to on my TikTok channel on my TikTok in February. Oh, wait, before I go there, guys, I have to tell you a story. I don't know if she's watching, but at my son's birthday party, somebody came up to me and said, "Excuse me, are you the YouTuber?" And I went, so Erin, if you are watching, it was great to meet you. That was really cool. I know the fart sound gets me every time. Okay. So this is from February. We're going to watch it together and drop your commentary. And then I'm just going to kind of add on to it as we go. Okay.
Hey, Acura girl. I could have chosen Acura.
Hold on. I need to explain this because I know not everybody uses TikTok. So she is responding to a comment, and that's what the little white square is in case you don't use TikTok. That is somebody that commented on one of her other videos. She made this video in response to the comment. And I know it's probably kind of small. The comment says, "Those products doesn't work." There's a grammatical error. Okay. That happens to all of us at times. Yeah, Erin the YouTuber. It was really crazy. And she was like, "Oh my God, it's so nice to meet you." And I was like, "Oh my God, it's nice to meet you." It was cool. So this is her response to the video. Pay attention, and this is some of the things that I noticed. Pay attention to her energy here and pay attention to the energy in the upcoming videos.
As my car when I earned my car allowance through this opportunity, but I chose a Lexus. Anyway,
Mm.
those products doesn't work. Do you mean those products don't work? Do you mean all the products, even the ones that are 30% off, those products don't work? Or do you
Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think she's trying to be funny here? Do you think she's trying to be sarcastic here? Do you think she's encouraging here and uplifting? Because I don't. That's just my opinion, but I do not catch that vibe from this video at all. I think, in my opinion, she's being nasty. I think she's shaming somebody for grammar errors that we all make. And just like somebody just pointed out, English could be this person's second language. There's a whole number of things that could happen. But her response is because somebody doesn't agree, for whatever reason, with her multi-level marketing company. And that's why she's reacting like this. Why am I showcasing this? Because I think it's not just cognitive dissonance, which I think we'll see here shortly, but I also think that this is a response that we see often from people that are in MLM because they live in an echo chamber. Everybody around them is, very pro MLM. And in my opinion, because there's so much chaos when you're in a multi-level marketing company, you, there's no room for critical thinking. There's no room for, well, how do I feel about this? Do I really want to do this? Do I really want to do that? Do I really want to share these vulnerable things? Do I really want to, overshare those things? It's just you're encouraged to do those things. You're encouraged to take advantage of people's pain points, to try to sell them some sort of an MLM product that more than likely is not backed up by any clinical data, any scientific studies that have been done on the product. I know a lot of these MLM companies, they like to use studies done on ingredients that they say is in their proprietary blend, but the studies are not done on that MLM product. So you cannot use those studies to take advantage of the pain points of other individuals on social media. They do, they try. But, anyways, this is a response to somebody questioning this person being in a multi-level marketing company. So I just want to point that out. I just want to give my opinion on that. I feel like she's trying to act like she's better than that person for shaming them for their grammar. And also, what does any of that have to do with the 30% off sale that Prove It runs pretty much at the end of every single month? Like, what? Ugh, I don't like it. ESL Kid for Life. Hi, Reed. And thank you for being a member for 14 months. I appreciate you. This vibe never helped or encouraged me to speak English out loud. Still sometimes resonates as an adult. Again, thanks all for bringing this up. I appreciate you, Reed. And I'm sorry that you went through that. I think that's disgusting. Andy's Web, what's up? Thank you so much for this. Andy's Web says, a discount does not lead to the validity of the product, and I couldn't agree with you more.
Thank you for your patronage.
Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Yeah, this is classic cult defense mechanisms, if you will. I do think that Prove It, after being a part of it, is a commercial cult. I think that the majority of MLMs, if not all of them, are commercial cults. So that's why I'm using that specific language, because I think that's what we're seeing here. So let's keep going.
Do you mean that product doesn't work? Like the one product that I started my business with, and now it's a multiple.
It's not your business, though. This person does not live in the States. I'm not going to disclose where she lives. And I don't know, in the United States, we call them 1099 contracted workers. I'm not sure what it is in Canada. So if you guys know in the chat or in the replay, feel free to drop that in the comments. But she doesn't own her own business. She's not making the product decisions like she's trying to project that she is. She didn't decide on that label, calling it that, and naming the flavor and the ingredient. No, she is, in my opinion, a glorified salesperson. That's all this is. So it's interesting listening to her talk about, hey, Savannah. Hi, friend. I'm watching you in the shower like a creep. Love you. Love you too, Savannah. I hope you're doing well. I haven't talked to you in a while. My bad. Sorry, friend. Yeah, she's not making any of the decisions that a true business owner would be making.
6-figure organization, I'm not sure. Or the 80
Is that net or gross?
pounds I lost in my first 8 months. Maybe that's not working.
What does that have to do with anything? If you are taking a product that gives you more energy, so you're getting more steps in your day, and also has appetite suppressant, so you are taking in fewer calories because you're not as hungry, chances are you're probably going to lose a little bit of weight. Not everybody, because we all have, there's all kinds of different variables, but if you're not taking in as many calories and you have more energy, so you're doing more, you're moving more in whatever capacity you are able to, I mean, weird flex, bro.
I don't know. Maybe it's the energy that thousands and thousands of people get every single day from drinking these products.
You know what? There's even more people that drink coffee every day or tea and get energy too. They don't have to pay $130 USD for a box of energy.
They won't help with your grammar, but they will help with your mood, focus, and energy. Fat loss.
See, now that's just rude. I mean, that's unnecessary. That's not being funny, I feel like. That's not being sarcastic. That's just this person, in my opinion. I'm not saying she is one. I'm saying she's acting like a jerk. I'm not saying she is a jerk. I'm saying what she is saying, she's acting like a jerk, I feel like. That's just my opinion. But I just think that that's really atrocious that, somebody is going to be like, oh, well, this doesn't work. And she's going to attack them like this. And I'm going to point this out again, but pay attention to her energy here. Just mental note, because it's a very different energy here shortly. And what I'm telling you guys here is not that far off from what I pointed out on the TikTok. In fact, the TikTok, I didn't even talk in. It was all through text and me just watching her video and saying what I felt in the text. So it wasn't, I'm getting ahead of myself. But yeah, that's just really rude and unnecessary. There are retail brands out there that people don't love. Can you imagine if a retail brand of products got a bad review, or somebody said, hey, I tried this flavor of whatever and I don't like it, or I tried the product and it didn't work for me, and somebody that works, whether it's like a part of the marketing team or just somebody within the company, reacted like this to somebody not liking their product? It would never happen. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say it would never happen, but it's more prevalent in people that are in multi-level marketing that are super loyal to this brand, that will delete, cancel, terminate them without a second thought, and allow their downline and their customers, if they have any, to roll up within seconds and not think twice about it. It's so It's so wild. And I can say that because I've been on both sides of that. I've been where this person was at. I was actually on this team. And so I can see how I would have reacted in that time period. And I can see now, after being completely removed from it, how I'm like, oh yeah, I can see exactly what's happening. So it's just an interesting dynamic watching MLM content like this. I don't know. Oh, it's very interesting. Also, Prove It ketones are not supposed to be marketed, according to Prove It, as a weight loss product. So the fact that she's saying that she lost 80 pounds from drinking the product is actually an issue with compliance.
Digestion, muscle preservation. Comment info.
No. No. Okay, so that was the video from February. The commentary that I gave you guys, obviously I'm using more words than I did on the TikTok, but I don't even know how to prepare you guys for this. This was the screen recordings that I was sent from several days ago. Let me make sure I got the right one. Hold on. Why is the sound not working? Okay, we're going to roll without sound. I don't know why it's doing that. Probably because it's a screen recording. But I will read it to you. Dang, why is this not showing the sound? Hold on. One moment, please. That's weird that the sound doesn't work because it works on here. Hi, Luna. Give me just a second, guys. Okay. Plan B. Plan B. Hold on. Let's go here. I think it's because it's a screen recording. No, we're going to go without the sound. Sorry, guys. I'll read it to you, though. That's so weird. All right, here we are. Let me restart this. Okay, so she says, I will start this by saying my TikTok is for entertainment purposes or maybe shit, educational, and to build my business. That's it. If I can make people laugh, that's my number one priority on that platform. And if I can bring, whoa. I went a little too fast. And if I can bring that laughter to Facebook and Instagram through Reels, then I will do that too. I'm 100% me. This is me. I'm sarcastic. I'm funny. I don't let things offend me. You sure? I cheer for the underdog. I try to encourage everyone. Now let me ask you guys a question. Do you think that her video from February responding to Acura Girl, I think was the name of the profile, do you think for 1 second she was being uplifting and that she was encouraging and she was cheering for the underdog? Do you think any of that happened? Do you think she was being sarcastic? Because I don't. Hey, DC. Yeah, I agree. That wasn't sarcasm or cheering for the underdog, putting down a grammatical error. Agreed. About as kind as JLW, in my opinion. That right there. Not even close. AMSD says. Why do I sound like T-Boss from TLC? I've got that depth in my voice. Oh, God. This was wild. Okay, let's keep going. But there's an anti-MLM person over on TikTok and YouTube and everywhere. And I'm not going to say her name. It's like Voldemort. We're not going to say it. Aaron Bees has entered the chat. Hello. Hi. How you doing? Oh.
What? Okay.
Okay. I love it here. Also, really love the fact that she said that I am everywhere. Love that. That means my content is getting to who it needs to get to, and I really appreciate that compliment so much. Also, Chelsea is Voldemort, not me. Okay, thank you. She who must not be named. Hello, hi. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. It's funny too because we used to use that. Who did we use that for in Modere? We used that term for somebody in Modere that JL didn't like, and I can't remember who it was. I'm sure it'll come to me. But anyways, let's continue. Dramatic sigh. She got a hold of one of my TikToks and she picked it apart. Got a hold of one of your TikToks. You mean because you posted it publicly, just like I'm publicly live streaming right now? Actually, all of my content is public. Excuse me. She got a hold of one of it. Like it's hard to find. Cheryl, what? Did I pick it apart? I mean, I pointed out that you were not being kind. I pointed out what you were attempting to do in that first video. So I guess if you want to take it that way, sure. Providing criticism on being rude and trying to sell a product and the weird flexes about your Lexus and the 30% off sale. Yeah, I think all of it was icky. So did I pick it apart? Sure. I'll take that. And there were 88 comments of other people that I have never met picking it apart. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Cheryl, welcome to the anti-MLM movement. I'm glad that you're here. I really, that's not me being mean, genuinely. I really hope that you take a second and think about those 88 comments, which there's a lot more than 88 comments now, a lot. But I hope that you take a second and unblock me if you want, or, see through whoever's profile or whatever, and really think about what those 88 comments were saying. They were pointing out the same things that I was saying. They were pointing out how rude you were being. They were pointing out how this is typical commercial cult behavior. They were pointing out all of the things that you were doing to try and make this other person who commented on another video of yours like they were small. They were pointing that out. So shout out to you guys that commented on that. And Cheryl, if you're watching this, I really do hope that you just stop and listen and take the MLM filter off and think for a second about how you're responding. Because it's, to me, in my opinion, it's very clear that there's some cognitive dissonance. Nobody hates you. Nobody is picking you apart. Although you are going to try and say that people were talking about how you speak. Nobody said that. In fact, you're the one that was pointing out how somebody used grammar in a typed comment. You're the one that did that. Nobody else said that in the comments. Nobody was saying any of that stuff. So instead of trying to lie, in my opinion, and make it seem like the anti-MLM movement is coming after you and we're talking about, whatever ad hominems that you're trying to say that we're doing, we're not. I'm actually talking about the manipulation tactics that you're doing and trying to make somebody else feel small. That's not okay. DC, thank you. Welcome to the corner of the internet where we write it down and expose multi-level marketing fluffery. I love that so much.
Thank you for your patronage.
Thank you for your patronage. I appreciate you so much. Hey, Reed, thank you so much for this. If they are so pro MLM, why are you everywhere? Yeah. Is the algorithm doing its thing?
Thank you for your patronage.
It could be. Yeah. Thank you for the super chat, Reed. I appreciate you. Is she going to accuse us of making people unalive themselves? Yeah. I think that that's absolutely terrible when people do that. The fact is, the anti-MLM movement are people that are rooting for people to get out of MLMs. People like this that are reacting this way. We're like, please listen to what you're doing. Listen, just think about this for a second. Just step back, and instead of going into the team chat and saying, oh my God, Aaron did a video on me, just stop for a second and think about it. Think about what's being said. I don't wish any harm to this person or anybody else in an MLM. I want them to get out. I want them to find a way to make money that doesn't involve recruiting other people into something that is a failing business model that has been shown time and time again statistically to be such. I don't wish harm on this person or anybody else, but they always try to flip it like it's a hate video. I don't hate this person. So I don't know. It's very interesting. Let's keep going. Here's the thing. I choose to be in a multi-level marketing corporation. If you don't, you don't. Yeah. So that has nothing to do with what we are talking about and what I talked about on reacting to your video, Cheryl. It has nothing to do with that. Sure, you choose to be at the top of the commercial cult that you're a part of because you have recruited people and your team has recruited people. But that doesn't have any bearing on what we're talking about here. So let's go to the next one. I'm sorry there's no sound on this, guys. I'm not sure why. Probably has something to do with the screen recording or something. Okay. Wait, hold on. Do I have this in order? Okay, I do. Sorry. And the thing is, she used to be on our team. Yeah. Pay really close attention to what she says here because I feel like she's trying to say something, but I don't know how I want to explain this. Let's just watch this together. We used to have conversations. She used to train our teams. Indeed. Indeed, I did. Yeah. That's called the call is coming from inside the house. Yeah. Big dramatic sigh. Okay, before we get into this. So here's the thing. In any unethical business, unethical practices, it requires somebody to speak up. I'm not saying that there weren't prove it videos prior to me doing anti-MLM content. I am the new kid on the block still. I do consider myself the new kid on the block here. But I had a very unique experience, not just being in 6 companies over 13 and a half years, but being in this company for 3+ years or some version of that. 3.5 years. I don't know. I think 3.5 years or something like that. So I had a unique experience. I was a part of the leadership on this team. I was part of the inner circle. And in order for unethical business practices or anything that harms other people, it requires somebody to speak out about it. So the fact that she's bringing this up and saying she used to train us, we used to have conversations. Hey, Cheryl, I'm open to having a conversation still. I really do hope that you get out of this multi-level marketing company. I really do hope that you stop speaking to people the way that you do and trying to make it sound like you're being sarcastic and funny when you're really being rude. I really hope that you get out and think about it. I really do. So the fact that she's bringing that up and trying to make it seem like, oh, well, she used to be a part of the team. I don't get it. Yeah. And I spoke out because what I saw behind the scenes was unethical. And I believe it still is unethical. I just am not part of that inner circle anymore. So, anyways. Total randomness. My friend is finally out of MLMs. Oh my God. Yes. Oh, that's exciting.
Thank you for your patronage.
Carly, that's amazing. Thank you for your patronage. I appreciate this super chat. Thank you so much. Yeah. I don't remember the conversations that we have had. I'm sure we have. I spoke to a lot of people that were in the Empire. I spoke to a lot of people at the Empire events and at Prove It events. I had a lot of conversations with people, but that was, I don't know. I got out in July of 2021, and I think the last event was prior to the pandemic beginning. So I want to say 2019. And for anybody to think that they can remember conversations from like 3 or 4 years ago with people as you were passing by at an event, I just think that that's a little unrealistic. So did I have conversations? I'm sure I did. Yeah. Doesn't mean I remember everybody. And I'm not saying that to be like, oh, I don't remember them. I don't remember what I had for lunch yesterday, you know? Like, that's just life. So, anyways, let's keep going. I'm sorry that someone had a bad experience. That's what you think this is? By that logic, Cheryl, if I if you're mentioning that I was teaching the team, which I was, if you're mentioning that we had conversations, which I'm sure we did, and that I was a part of this, the inner circle and all of that stuff. She didn't mention that, but I was. Um, I wouldn't say that I got out because I had a bad experience. I'd say that I got out and started speaking out because it's unethical. It's unethical. So I think it's when they, in my opinion, say, "Oh, somebody had a bad experience," that's them trying to focus on people that joined and like didn't really do a whole lot. Like they bought a kit, and they didn't post on social media or do whatever the team trains them to do. They didn't do those things. I feel like that's her again trying to downplay. There are so many different stories of people that have not been in a multi-level marketing company that know of somebody that did, that they were close to. Maybe they've lost friendships over it. There are people that have been a part of one MLM, several MLMs over many, many years. There are so many stories, and it doesn't come from people that had a bad experience. It's so much more than that. And that right there is, in my opinion, what makes the anti-MLM movement so loud is because it's a collection of stories and experiences, whether you are a part of an MLM or not, that are valid. So when they try to say stuff like, "Oh, I'm sorry you had a bad experience." What about the other 99.7%, according to the FTC, that have lost money or not made any at all? Is that just a bad experience for them too? You know? I don't know. This is amazing. Thank you, Carolyn J. I appreciate you. Never been in an MLM, but you and JJ inspired me to invest in myself after seeing her change careers. I start school in the fall for medical billing. That is incredible. That is so awesome.
Thank you for your patronage.
Oh, I love hearing stuff like that. Thank you for sharing that with us, Carolyn. That's amazing. We're all cheering you on. That's awesome. Yeah, the thing is, thank you for this, Melissa. It's probably better said than what I just said. The thing is, by their definition, Erin had a good experience, and yet she still walked. Yeah. So again, and thank you again. I think that that's just her trying to downplay the impact that I hope I'm making. I think that's her just trying to say, "Oh, she had a bad experience. Don't pay attention to her." Okay, if you don't want to pay attention to me, pay attention to any of the other anti-MLM content creators on whatever platform you're on that are educating and helping to promote consumer awareness so people don't get caught up in stuff like this. Whether you're looking for weight loss, which is why all of them are like, "I'm down 80 pounds." And I used to do the same thing. Hey, Ben.
Look what Orion got me.
Dude, what? A PlayStation gift card? Do you want to say hi to everybody? We had his birthday party today, by the way.
Yeah.
They can't see your face. Do you want them to see your face?
No.
Well, you don't.
Well, I don't mind, but it's just not right now.
You're just not feeling it? That's fine.
Yeah. I can't. $25. So now I have $190.
Dang, dude.
Wait, no.
Can I borrow?
180.
Can I borrow $180?
No.
Oh. All right. I'll talk to you in a bit, okay?
I spend my money.
Just wait and we'll talk about it when I come out. That's why I'm a little extra hoarse, is because we were at a trampoline park. But anyways, it was a lot of fun. He has a diagram. I would look. Can you send that to me, DC? If you have time. And if not, I'll research it on my own. Yeah. It's almost like a combo of cognitive dissonance and also projection. Yeah. And also, I think trying to minimize, like, "Oh, well, she just had a bad experience. Don't listen to her." It's her trying to continue with like the indoctrination. Don't look over there. Don't look behind the curtain. Don't look. You don't want to see what the wizard looks like or whatever, from like the Wizard of Oz. And then you look behind the curtain, it's just a man, you know? I feel like that's her trying to control it straight out of the bite model. So information control, behavior control, all of that right here in a living, breathing example. All right, let's see what else she has to say after this dramatic sigh, like we're attacking her personally. Although I also have to think, would I have reacted like this? I think so. I think that I would have reacted like I was being attacked personally. And the reason that I think that is because when you're in a multi-level marketing company, you believe so deeply in what you are doing. So deeply. After years and years and years of indoctrination, you got to believe in yourself. You got to believe in the company. You got to believe in where you want to go and all of those things. It's hard to unravel it. I feel like it's like a ball of yarn, and it's like one thing happens and a little bit of that yarn comes out, and then it's like, oh, this yarn is sticking out, that's weird. And then something else happens and the yarn comes out just a little bit more, and you're like, hang on a second, that's weird. And then I remember this other thing, and you have two situations where your gut was like, hey, something is off here. And then something else happens and a little bit more of that yarn comes out of that yarn ball, and you're like, hang on one second, like this doesn't make any sense. And then before you know it, that whole ball of yarn is unraveled. And I think at this point, that's when people reach what I call the crossroads. And this is just based on my experience. And the crossroads for me was, now I can see exactly what this is. Do I, knowing this that I have in front of me, do I continue? Do I keep going, knowing that I'm the only one that's going to make money out of this, even though I'm spending all this time trying to help my team, recruiting people into this thing that I believe in, recruiting people into this thing where they're saying, hey, I want some extra money for this and that, knowing that they're not going to get that? Do I continue at the expense of these other people? Or do I say, you know what, this isn't right, and step away? I chose to step away, but there are many people, in my opinion, that are still a part of this team that said, you know what, I'm going to keep going. I'm okay with that, and took those steps forward, and decided that, in my opinion, they were just going to go ahead and make more money at the expense of others. And I'm just not okay with that. And I wasn't. And that was, that was one of the reasons that I got out. And it was really hard to unravel that entire ball of yarn. And I really do hope that this person takes it that way. She's not right now, but she's quietly watching. I hope you get out. I'm sorry that things didn't work out for you, but they did. At the time, I was in the top 0.38% of Prove It. And you know that. You know that. But that gives you zero right to bash other people who are still doing it and still mustering through and taking the action and finding the success. See, actually, that is an inaccurate statement. Somebody that has been through something, let me back up. Anybody can. Okay, I'll talk to you in a few minutes, okay?
One of you guys can have this if your child.
No, stop. Get out of here. I'll talk to you when I'm done. I'll talk to you when I'm done. When anybody can speak on consumer awareness, advocacy, you don't have to be a part of an MLM. You can still speak out. It's important. Whether it's anything that harms other people. I'm just going to say it that way. Just because you haven't been a victim of something doesn't mean that you can't talk about something. It requires everybody to be the whistleblower in those scenarios. I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to be careful on how I'm presenting this because I didn't give any specific content warnings. However, the fact that I was a part of this, over multiple companies, part of several inner circles, and the experience that I had, in my opinion, it actually makes me a very good person to speak up about it, like the whistleblower in a sense. I'm not trying to like stroke my own ego or anything like that. I'm just saying, actually, I'm the perfect person to talk about it, in my opinion, because I was a part of it. So, and it's not bashing. Consumer awareness and anti-MLM content is not about bashing anybody. Now, she might be receiving it that way, and I would too if I were her and still in a multi-level marketing company. When you're not used to somebody disagreeing with what you're a part of, that's called an echo chamber. When everybody's like, yes, do it, that's a great idea, that's an echo chamber. In normal conversations with people not in a commercial cult, you're going to have people that agree with stuff, you're going to have people that disagree with stuff, and that's a part of the human experience. But when you're in a commercial cult like this and somebody disagrees, and I talked about this on one of my recent live streams or videos, it causes a visceral reaction because you are not used to people disagreeing with you. So, anyways, I have every right to put out education. I have every right to cover the things that this team is saying because I used to do it. And I can be that whistleblower to advocate for, hopefully, for other people. There were comments about my physical appearance. I don't remember seeing anything like that. There were no comments about how she spoke other than manipulative tactics. Sure, maybe that's what she's referring to here. Yeah, a lot of people have a lot of opinions about prove it ketones. That's not a bad thing. That's a great thing because the claims that, yeah, my kid's trying to do a giveaway. The claims that some of these reps and these companies make are dangerous. The health claims, the pain points that they try to manipulate people into buying the product, just like she did in the very first video that I reacted to. Also, did you guys notice just how different the energy is between these two? It's almost like I've been attacked. Nobody's attacking you, Cheryl. We are saying what you are doing is wrong. We are standing up for Acura Girl, who you were trying to attack, in my opinion. We are saying, hey, this is not right. Yeah, but nobody is attacking you personally, like you're trying to make it seem like they were. They were not. How my car is fake. Nobody said your car is fake. They did talk about the car bonus. I have talked about the prove it car bonus and how you have to qualify for the lease or the loan. And if you don't maintain the rank, you risk losing the car bonus and then you have to pay for it out of pocket. Nobody said your car is fake. So I don't know where she's getting that part from. I let it get to me. I'm going to say this, and I'm saying this like I hope it just made her pause and look at what she is a part of. I'm not doing this like, oh, good, it got to you. That's not what I'm saying. I hope that she did take that in. I hope that she did stop for a second and think, well, maybe I shouldn't have reacted that way. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I should have just, whatever. And I hope she looks at what she is participating in because we all see it, you know? Let me catch up with some of these comments because I feel like I've been on a roll. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, DC.
Thank you for your patronage.
Thank you for your patronage. Excuse me. Yeah. Nobody said her car was fake, so I don't understand what that is. Because I did go through the comments again. I did go through the comments. Oh, girl. I had to do a whole video on that. That was one of my first videos. If you are a newer subscriber member, I would go back. I did why I left MLM after 13 and a half years. I've done a video on why I decided to say no thank you to Jesse Lee. I did a video on the Prove It car bonus. So yeah, go back because yeah, wild. Aaron on a soapbox. Thanks, Rosie. Okay, let's see what else she has to say. And I shouldn't have. Okay, that was the end of that video. Yeah, I have a lot of videos, and I know a lot of content creators have a lot of videos. Yeah, I get it. Okay. I drink a product that I believe in, a product that I love, a product that gives me so many benefits. Okay, but see, she's going to repeat the benefits from the box, but these studies and the data are linked to the keto diet, not Prove It ketones. And if you want to learn about the biology if you want to learn about the science of ketones that your body produces, check out Brianna Jewell's video on the Prove It deep dive. I think it's like a 15-minute video. It was phenomenal. Highly suggest it. Check that out. She's going to make a bunch of claims. I feel like that the studies don't back that up. And I promote that product to the best of my ability. If you wanted to try the product, great. If you don't want to try the product, great. Yeah, but see, you're saying that, but somebody that had an opinion about the product that doesn't agree with you, you go on the attack. So is it really great if somebody is like, hey, I tried this, I didn't like it for whatever reason? I mean, is it great, or is it you're going to attack them and respond and then try to sell whatever promo and then flex all of the stuff? And like, it just doesn't make any sense. It's not adding up, you know? You can say yes or you can say no. Although if you say no and you comment it, not interested, whatever, I'm not saying go do that. When I say they, I mean MLMers, in my opinion, are going to react the way that she did in that first video. Yeah, and here's the video. It's so good. It is so good, you guys. Yeah, but Erin, she is allowed to say anything she wants. You aren't. Yeah, she thinks, but that's not how commentary works. So, yeah, Brianna did a great job explaining. It was incredible. I'm okay either way. Sure you are. The same goes with the business. If you want to work with me, I would love that. Yeah, of course you would love that because you make more money off of recruiting than you do off of the selling of the product. And in fact, if I remember correctly, on a new customer, you make like $13 USD, $8 to $13, if I remember correctly, USD on a box of ketones, a $130 product before shipping and tax. And the distributors are making like 13 bucks on a new customer, something along those lines. I would love to show you what I'm doing to get to where I'm going. So what you're saying is you have not achieved your goals, but you expect other people to trust you to show them the way when you yourself haven't done it. Like, that's not me. I'm not trying to be mean in this situation, but it's like, listen to what you're saying. You're asking people to be a part of this. And then when the anti-MLM movement brings up the income disclosure statement and shows you the data that comes directly from Prove It, you guys don't believe it. And it's like, well, go talk to Prove It about that because they're the ones that run the numbers and provided this. I think in 2022, the average that people made was like $10 for the year. For the entire year. How much were they spending every single month? Cheryl, how many of your team members are front loading? How many of your team members have expired ketones sitting on the shelves in their house because they believe that you're going to show them the way? Ridiculous. Hey, Tina. After I watched It Planted the Seed, I always felt like a fraud when I was shilling these ketones. Sending you so much love. And Tina, thank you so much for being a member for 20 months. I appreciate you. Did you guys see Brittany Anderson was trying to sell expired ketones in her stories. I'm going to show you guys. Hold on. Y'all have to see this. Isn't that illegal? Wouldn't that be illegal? Hold on. We're about halfway through this. Hold on one second. I just need y'all to see this. Where is she in the downline? I honestly have no idea. No idea. Worse than pink sauce. Oh my God, Emery. Oh. Why is this not sending? All right. We'll keep going. I'll wait for that to load and then I'll. I would love to show you what I'm doing to get where I'm going. But if you don't want to and you don't want to be whatever, it's great. You can say yes or you can say no. There's no one that's okay. This is where this part does not really make a lot of sense because undue influence is not just going to lock you in a room and expect you to work. Undue influence is kind of like a whisper, in my opinion. You know, you get in and into, you know, a company like Prove It on this team and it's like, okay, yeah, you can make a couple $100s or whatever. And then you start sacrificing time, energy, because you think that you're depositing those things into your future. Like, if I just do this now, in the future, I'm going to be able to do this. It doesn't work that way. If you are recruiting a ton of people, I guess, sure, maybe it could work that way. But the majority of people are not recruiting a bunch of people. So this example that she's about to give is interesting. No one's locking you in a room, expecting you to work a business you don't want to work. That's not even, I don't know. Is she comparing that to like I want to say traditional cult instead of a commercial cult? I don't even know if that's the right terminology, but that's what I'm going to go with. Is she trying to say, you know, in a traditional cult, you're going to be locked into a room and, you know, your identity stripped of you? Sure, that happens in commercial or in traditional cults, if you will. But we're talking about a commercial cult. So instead of deflecting to what you think happens over here, let's talk about what's happening here. But she doesn't want to do that because then it's people attacking her. I just can't understand how people can be so cruel to those they don't even know. Hey, Cheryl, refer to the very first video that I played on this, or the one that you said that I got a hold of from February 28th of this year. Refer to that and ask yourself that question again. How can people be so cruel to somebody they don't even know? Because last I checked, you came after somebody because they made a grammar error in the comments, but the thing that really got to you, I feel like, was the fact that this person doesn't agree with you selling ketones, that the ketones don't work, I believe is specifically what that person was saying. And you came after them like a pit viper and then tried to be snarky and then tried to say, oh, well, look, my free Lexus. Check out the 30% off sale. And you thought that was okay. So if you're upset that somebody is providing commentary that used to be a part of the team that started to speak out and decode what's being done and will continue to do so, and you feel like what I am doing and how I am going about it is attacking you, I need you to reassess. because what I am doing here, begging you to get out of this MLM, begging you to get away from these people, that the second you stop with the auto ship, the second you start showing up, the second you decide, I'm just going to take a step back, they disown you. It may not have happened to you yet, Cheryl, but eventually it will. So you just remember this whole thing in that moment, and the fact that I am begging you to stop and listen. Even though I know they're in your ears and airing this and airing that, it's really fascinating that my name being brought up into chats or certain rooms with individual has the potential to ruin their day. That sucks. Because I'm over here begging for these people to get out. Because I did. And I know what this team is like. I know what MLM is like. So anyways, I know I went off on a tangent there, but wild. I don't know how people can be so cruel to other people that they don't know. Refer to that original video, Cheryl. Okay, that's that one. Yeah. Cruel? No, I think they fact checked you and you didn't like it. Yep. Agreed. Yeah. You know what? This is, gives the I can dish it out, but can't take it energy. Hey, Melody, what's up? Take us to church, Aaron. Yeah. So you're cruel, but she isn't mocking a grammatical error. Sure, Jan. The people are also told they are doing something right if they have haters. So they're trapped in a logical fallacy where they reaffirm their commitment even when the opportunity isn't real. Yeah. And the really interesting part is, from what I have seen, the anti-MLM movement does not hate people. They want people to get out of the commercial cult. They're begging people to get out of the commercial cult or not to join at all. That's not hate. But again, when you're in an echo chamber and somebody doesn't agree with you, the only way for them to process that and keep their people indoctrinated is to say, oh, they're a hater. They're a naysayer. No, nobody hates you guys that are in MLMs. We want you to get out. We're begging for you guys to get out so that you don't lose time, energy, money, moments with your family, all trying to, pursue this dream of making six figures or driving around the car or, retiring your spouse when, this is another thing. Think about this. These people that are MLM talk about multiple streams of income. I'm going off on a tangent here. Multiple streams of income. And they're the first ones to talk about retiring their spouse, which is taking away a source of income. Why would they do that? Well, because if you have all of your eggs in one basket, it's easier to be controlled by the commercial cult. Anyways, good Lord. Yeah. And always us versus them in high control groups. Yes. Yeah. How does earning Alexis have anything to do with the ketones working? It doesn't. It's just her trying to flex like it's working for me. Yeah. How about your team, Cheryl? Let's see their profit and loss statements. Let's see what they're bringing home. You might be making money because you're at the top of the pyramid. How about your team? Crazy. Yeah, it's almost as if they tell you it's good that people hate you to get you comfortable in the delusion. It feeds on something that's a nugget of truth of not caring what others think, but is a lie. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So many of the trainings are uplines yelling at their downlines for acting like victims, but they do exactly that when someone just shared facts about the harmful MLM structure and processes. Yes. Yes. Brandy, I love my wife deeply, truly, genuinely. I do not want her home 24/7. LOL. Yeah. You guys are amazing. Your commentary is awesome. Okay, let's look at this last one. She provides the link to the podcast of it's Oprah and somebody, Brene Brown. Oprah is under fire right now for how she reacted to the fires in Maui, according to the people that are living in Maui, that are from Maui. So it's interesting to me that she is talking about this podcast. It just seems a little out of touch, but that's just my opinion. And the worst part, and then I'm completely over this situation. Cheryl, you sure? You sure you're over it? I mean, genuinely, I hope you're not. And I don't mean that like, I hope this is causing her turmoil. I hope that it's just, like I've said multiple times, I hope it's getting her to stop and think for a second about what we are saying, what she is doing, and what she's participating in. Everyone's been blocked. They don't get access to me anymore, Cheryl. Bold of you to think that if I didn't want, or anybody for that matter in the anti-MLM movement, didn't want access to your content, that we couldn't get it. But go off. Out of 88 comments on that TikTok, this is the part that she's upset about. She keeps bringing up these 88 comments. There's more. How many are, let's see how many comments now. Sorry, guys, I keep coughing. TikTok. Hold, please. I didn't have my sound turned down. Good Lord. Okay, let's go to the original comment. Now there's 119 comments. So, yeah, my commentary on this was gross flex. And then hold. $30% off. That's a weird flex that doesn't back up what they do with scientific studies. So very similar to what I've said here. Six-figure organization. That doesn't mean that's what you made. Show us your profit and loss statement if you really want to dazzle us. I thought this wasn't a weight loss product. That's not very compliant of you. So it's not anything that I have not said here. I mean, obviously, I just use more words here because commentary, you know. There are cheaper non-MLM alternatives for energy. But she's really hung up on these 88 comments. She's like really hung up on it. And I'm sure that it probably is very difficult. I don't know if she's been featured in any anti-MLM content before. Maybe this is the first time. I'm not really sure. But I'm sure that's a very uncomfortable thing. All right. 12 of them were friends with me on TikTok. 12 of them were commenting on my TikToks. Hey, Cheryl, show us the receipts of them commenting and being supportive on your TikToks. Were they just friends? Or are you trying to say that they're playing both sides of the field? You know, like, is that what you're trying to do? There are lots of people that are a part of the anti-MLM movement that follow people in MLM for a number of reasons. So I don't know why. I don't know. Oh, Melody, what is up? Welcome. This is for you. All right, calm down, everybody. Calm down. Welcome. So glad you're here, Melody. Check the community tab if you'd like to join the Discord. I'm sorry, I keep coughing. She's claiming that she's been bullied, essentially. Valid point. She's been successful in creating the Streisand effect for herself. Indeed. Yeah. Not that I'm aware of, although they should have, in my opinion. Not that I'm aware of, but I think, yeah, not that I'm aware of. Although I talked to JJ about this, and I have actually with Brandy. I have talked about this with several people, and I would have had a hard time, of course, just like Cheryl is, of course, if I were in an MLM and I was featured on an anti-MLM channel. It would have been really hard for me to deal with, of course. None of this is easy. None of it. Yeah. That's all I want to say about that. Okay, let's keep going. That's awesome. But yet they went into her comments and made derogatory comments about what I look like. That didn't happen. How I speak, no. And what I'm doing. People are allowed to have opinions about about multi-level marketing company, about anything. People are allowed to have their own opinions about anything. They weren't derogatory. They were pointing out what you were doing, and also really fascinating the difference in her energy here versus the energy when she was trying to put somebody in her place. So now that we're like, hey, this is wrong what you did. Also, you're in a multi-level marketing company, you're in a commercial cult, you're selling overpriced energy drinks that aren't backed up by studies and data on the actual ketones, like not the keto diet and being in ketosis, those types of things. It's funny, isn't that? I don't know. But yet on mine, they're supportive as hell. Really? Show us the receipts. No. No, no, no. Okay, now I'm over it. I'm going to drink my ketones, get into a better mood. I'm going to finish listening to that podcast with Brene Brown and Oprah Winfrey. Keep on telling you guys, and I will post the link below. I forgot a couple slides ago. I hope you have a great day. I mean, it doesn't sound like she was having a great day. Oh, she's under K Wood. Am I really muted? Because I coughed. My apologies, guys. Thanks for letting me know. What was the last thing that you heard? Oh, man. I'm back. Hello. Sorry, guys. Yeah, the Julie Joe effect. I'm sure that this is very difficult for her. I'm sure that it is. And anybody else that is featured on any anti-MLM content. However, it's not the companies that are trying to recruit people. It's not the companies that are the ones using lifestyle posts, income claims, health claims, trying to manipulate people with their pain points. It's the distributors that are doing that. I happen to have a very extensive view of being a distributor over 6 companies over 13 and a half in 6 companies over 13 and a half years. So I can understand why Cheryl would be so uncomfortable, but it's also very important that we talk about it because stuff like this is not okay. It's not okay to treat people like this. And I feel like this is a very small glimpse of how people are treated behind the scenes in multi-level marketing companies. When you stop showing up to the Zooms, the in-person trainings, when you stop your auto ship, when you're not buying the newest products, those types of things, that family that you've been pitched, hey, we're going to love you where you're at, suddenly gets removed from you. And you're like, wait, I thought I could do this the way that I wanted to, and it was okay. Oh, no, 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 no. Once you got in, that's when the rules change. You have to do it the way we want you to do it. You have to show up to all the things we want you to show up. And if not, you're not taking your business seriously. So I'm not going to pour into you. That's how that works. I know it's a gross phrase. That's what happens. Nah, plenty of corporate MLM content is manipulated. Well, that's true. That's true, Savannah. But it's the distributors that are really taking it to like a whole nother level, in my opinion. That was an intense cough. Why is this not sending? Hold, please. Anyways, Brittany Anderson was trying to sell expired ketones. They expired April 2023. And I think that is so unethical. Yep, I got blocked. See? Crazy. All right. Quick little update. And then I need to end this before my voice completely gives out. Remember when I was doing the live stream on the frontline training from the Empire? So in that video, I said at one point, and I don't know where this came from, but I said, imagine the long list of friendships that this person has lost, talking about Rendy. I got a message the other day. And I'm going to get through this. Let me take a breath real quick. It probably did not help that I was screaming. Not screaming, it was just loud at the party. Okay. This message said, hi, I'm the friend that was lost. And this was a friend. I'm drinking water. This was a friend for many, many years. And what I discovered through this conversation, which I'm so glad this person reached out. Remember how I've talked about how Brian Underwood and Prove It allegedly don't do deals? Y'all remember that? Since then, we have found out that allegedly there was some sort of a deal between Brian and Michael Rutherford that went to there was a legal case. Remember that whole thing from like June of this year? And in that, it sounded like allegedly Brian was supposed to get like 50% of Michael Rutherford's downline pay. And in return, Brian was going to promote him, meaning this is the guy you sign up with. This is the guy, that whole thing. So we've learned that allegedly that was the case. And then we also, I also learned in this conversation that if you're in the Empire, please hear me when I tell you guys this. This person was brought over from another company. And in that transition, special deals, special cash bonuses allegedly were put in place. Hey, do this, do that, do this, do that. You're going to get X number of thousands of dollars. Allegedly, of course. When it came time for them to get those bonuses, they had to fight tooth and nail to get them. One of the things that bothers me about this is that allegedly in the meetup, not only was Brian Underwood, the CEO of Prove It, but also Jesse Lee allegedly were telling these individuals, we need you. Prove It needs you. The Empire needs you. We need you. And it was both of them, allegedly, of course. If you're in the Empire, I want you to think about that, because allegedly Brian and Jesse Lee were super excited about bringing these big fish over. But when you look at the pay from some of these leaders in these multi-level marketing companies, the majority of their income is coming from the people that are running the auto ships, that are ordering all of the new products, that haven't really rank advanced. And that's the majority of the Empire. And so I just need you guys to understand, if you're in the Empire and you're watching this, or you watch some of the other videos, just think about that. Why would Jesse Lee allegedly, and Brian Underwood allegedly, tell these people, we need you, the Empire needs you? This is the first deal that we've done right, where we're bringing big leaders over. The things that they do behind the scenes, these special deals, these special corporate meetups where they wine and dine these top leaders, having been on trips like that, a trip like that, are such a slap in the face to where some of these top leaders are making the most money. Sure, there's people that are rank advancing in the Empire because they're also recruiting and their downlines are recruiting. And sure, you're going to get some additional bonuses off of those people. But the majority of money made in these companies, in my opinion, is off of the everyday people that are depositing that hope into their future, that are ordering the products, that are like, okay, I'm going to pay this, I'm going to pay this, I'm going to get this, I'm going to set up the ghost accounts, I'm going to do everything that you're telling me to do. And they never see any progress. And then you're going to bring in the CEO of the company and somebody that is in one of the top ranks of that company and say to these two people coming over from another company, hey, we need you. Now, why would that be? Oh, because they know that these people were going to bring in a bunch of people. And the majority of those people probably were not making any money. But the people at the top are. If you're in the Empire, if you're in a multi-level marketing company, please pause for a second. When I first found anti-MLM content, I was angry too. I had very strong feelings. But when I really started to think about and ask myself, is this really happening? And I had 6 companies that I could refer to. So I would ask myself, did this happen? Did this happen? Did this happen? Did this happen? Yeah. And I was able to really step back and critically think. And I hope you guys do too. This looks like I'm crying. I'm not. I just have no voice, but just think about it. Just process it. Step back. You don't need to go into the group chat and say, hey, what about this or what about that? Just stop. Reach out to somebody that is not part of the multi-level marketing company, a family member, a friend, somebody that you haven't tried to recruit, somebody that you can trust to have a safe conversation with, and just ask some questions and just stop. Remove yourself from the chaos for 5 minutes and just think. And Cheryl, you too. Your feelings are valid. I'm sure that you're very upset. I get it. I do. I get it. I've been a part of a smear campaign, not that that's what this is. But I remember seeing all the people that I thought I was close with while I was in a multi-level marketing company. Before I understood what transactional relationships were, I watched all of them smear me when I told my story. That's a hard thing to process, but it's a part of the process. On the other side of that, you realize how much time you wasted, how much money you wasted, and then you get to start living. So I get it. If you've been featured on my channel, Your feelings are valid. I get it. I really, really do. But I hope at the end of the day, you stop for a second and you think about it and you think about the things that I have shared in my own journey or providing, the commentary that I do. And you allow yourself to pause and to step outside of the chaos for a second and think about it. There's very good people in multi-level marketing companies. There really is. There's some really great people and they're being taken advantage of. Oh, thanks, Savannah. I don't know where all that came from, but yeah. Anyways, um, I feel like there was something else I was going to tell you guys. I can't get the picture to load about the the expired ketones, but I think you guys get it. And I think I was going to do some more reacting, but I think my voice is officially done. So I didn't realize that all trainings are the same regardless of what company they're for. Yeah, big yikes. I hope that those that are feeling things that are so big, you are worth more than an MLM and more than someone else's distributor or customer. You're worth so much more than you realize. Yeah, and it would be really, really cool if you guys maybe would drop some comments to people that are in an MLM, that are in the empire, that are probably reading all of the comments, because I think that's typically where they go first. So if you guys can drop some just encouraging comments, if you feel comfortable, that would be cool. I'm going to go rest my voice. I'm probably going to drink some tea. I am going to, I'm going to chill. So I appreciate you guys so much. And yeah, my voice is about to go on strike. Yeah, it's done. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for all of your comments. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I appreciate you so much. And guys, don't join an MLM. Okay? I'll see you on the next video. Bye, everybody.